welcome back to Let's Play Xenogears. Oh, I'm gonna have to read. In the last episode, Elly went and attempted to rescue Faye and the rest of the heroes from Krelien's group, Krelien's army, and she got captured herself. But Krelien let Faye and the other heroes go. So whoa, what's he up to? He's erasing the Gazel Ministry from the computer. Oh, just like everybody else, he's been using them. Now that he's done with them, he's eliminating them. The Gazel Ministry, the guys that always seemed like they were behind the scenes pulling all the strings, are dead. Now it's just Krelien in charge. He's eliminated his competition. I wonder where Faye is at the moment. Because obviously he's not floating around in space. It's supposed to be portrayed as kind of like a play or dramatic performance. I wonder where he actually was when that conversation took place. Okay, now the heroes are descending into Merkava, the Ark of God, or whatever it was called. Notice this. These are the two one-winged angels from the Nisan Cathedral. What significance that religion has with that of Solaris and all, I don't know. Okay, now what we really need to do is head straight forward, because that's where we need to head. But I'm not going to use this crew for moving forward. I'm going to swap out Bart and replace him with Maria, which, to tell you the truth, isn't actually the best idea. The battles coming up ahead are the two most difficult battles in the game. Hands down, two hardest battles in the game. Because you have to fight them back to back. They're both bosses, you fight them back to back, and you don't get a chance to heal between the two battles. Now, there are two things that you need to do, which I will discuss once the battle gets started. Tunnel, hallway, whatever. That's a little graphical glitch. Notice the little flare that's supposed to be happening under Maria's gears. Rocket booster things. They're happening a little bit too high. Oh, look who it is. Now he's piloting Krelien. Oh, jeez. Krelien's gear. Who's this Karen woman? Now this is going to be a rough battle, and there's a very specific strategy that I have for defeating this. Ramses using this gear. Now the big problem with fighting this guy, fighting Ramses now, is because this wave number 3, it drops your HP to 1. All 3 of your gears HP down to 1. Big problem, because no matter how high your defense is, it's going to happen. So you're going to want to heal your gears, but not me. I am not going to fix Faye's gear. Both Saitan and Maria, their gears are going to get repaired, but Faye's will not. Why? Because I actually want him to take Faye down during the battle. And I'm going to deal out as much damage with Faye as I can before the end of the battle. This way I don't use up a whole lot of fuel fixing Faye's gear, because I'm going to need it for the next battle. Now, the second strategy, is put you up. Faye's gears down to the tall was taken down. The second thing you have to do when fighting these battles is you need to equip a frame HP 50 on all 3 characters. That's one I'd recommend using anyway. And Ether Armor plus 3, which increases your Ether defense by 200 points, because you're going to be hit with a lot of powerful Ether attacks, and you want to have a high Ether defense. And you're going to want some extra armor, either a light armor plus 3 or an extra armor DX, because you want to have at least some level of extra armor protecting you from the physical attacks that Ramses is going to give you during this battle. Something else that will happen, he will go into this blaze pose, and in the event that you do not break the blaze pose before the he will eventually unleash a very powerful attack that you can't really afford to have him hit you with. So when he breaks into this, you need to go and hit him as hard as you can. Oh yes, look, Saitan's at level infinity here. And broke the blaze pose. Now, a little something weird that's going on in the last battle. We had always assumed, or at least I had always told you to assume, that the reason why Ramses was so obsessed with Faye is because he was defeated by Faye, or at least Id, once before, and he couldn't tell the difference between Faye and Id. As far as he was concerned, they were the exact same person, which in a way they are. But he couldn't differentiate between the two. Now, that always seemed like the obvious reason why Ramses was obsessed with defeating Faye, because Ramses was such a big, powerful guy and was so good at what he did, but here's somebody who's better, and he wants to overcome that challenge. But now we see something a little different, a little deeper, something that happened to him back when he was even younger. See, Ramses was always designed from the very beginning to be a clone of Emperor Cain, because Krelien eventually needed someone to kill Cain, because he had known that Cain was turning against him from a long time ago. Now, Ramses was that clone, and he was disregarded. This Karen woman showed up and said that her son Faye was an even better contact which is what Cain was, what Ramses is a clone of, and what Faye is. Because Faye came about, Ramses was no longer necessary. Well, that's obviously not very good. Oh, look, Saitan's taken down. And it's just Maria with 1 HP left. I'm not going to heal her. I'm just going to keep attacking. And I defeated Ramses. Very barely did I defeat Ramses in this battle. But this could not have gone better, or at least I can't expect this plan to go better. Unfortunately, this episode's running kind of long. I'm going to have to end it here, and we'll continue on into Merkava in the next episode.